What's up, everybody? We are back with another interview. Today, we've got my man Tyler Vu, who
What's
is a
up, guys?
awesome guy. Super excited to speak with you, Tyler. How's your day going, bro?
Good, dude. Just woke up, did some school shit, and just got off a sales call like right
Oh,
now,
really?
actually.
Did
But
you
yeah, what's up?
did you close?
Collecting payment tomorrow, so we'll
Nice.
see.
So, for everybody watching, as you guys know, we do these student interviews. Tyler is a member of Closer Cartel. He's actually an early member, like beta group, before it was even called
Mhm.
Closer Cartel. He's worked directly with me when I had my sales agency. I put this dude directly on our clients, and I vouch for his skill. He's very, very good. And he's also, which we're going to get into this, he's a very smart guy. He
Oh
is
my
a
fucking god.
how do I classify what you are? Like a PhD something?
Yeah, I'm a PhD student.
Crazy. So
Yeah.
I took it closer slash Harvard, and not to mention it's Harvard too.
Well, I'm not doing my PhD at Harvard, but it's like funded through Harvard. But it's like weird. But yeah, it's
So
like
it's so
it's
cool.
still dope as fuck. I'll say that any day. It's
It's
dope
so
as shit.
okay. So dude, I think the first thing to do, I guess, is talk about like how we got connected. Like how did you get involved in sales?
So I first heard about sales like a year, like the last summer of 2020.
Mhm.
I was doing like an internship that I fucking just did not like. I no getting wrong, I like the work. I think I just can't work a 9 to 5. My like mental is just I don't
Yeah.
know. I just can't do it personally. And I just saw on Twitter, I'm like about like high ticket sales and shit. Like, okay, this seems kind of sick. Let me see if I can screw around with this. So then I didn't try to take I was being the lazy fuck I am. I'm like, okay, maybe if I like hit up influencers to close for them and I just connect them with closers, I can like make money off this. And I like instead of closers, I just hit up like a few of my friends that do it.
Yeah.
But then they didn't know sales either. I didn't know sales. So it ended up just like flopping. But I was like my first like taste of sales though, because I was like in the end, I was taking calls with like these influencers to like, close them essentially.
Yeah.
And then so I kind of like all that agency stuff kind of popping up on Twitter. So I like tried doing that. Fucking hated that too. And then your shit came up. I'm like, it's like, I'll do it. It's $1,000. It's like the beta group. So that was a fucking steal. Like
Yeah.
easiest $1,000 I've ever spent in my life. And then ever since then, it's been fun as fuck. Cause yeah, I always just thought sales was kind of like for me, cause I just talking was just easy for me and just, I
Yeah.
don't know, it was just pretty straightforward. So I was like, let's give this a shot. And then, yeah,
That's awesome. So why did you? We'll get into like obviously like you getting into the program and everything. But like, why did you pick sales in the first place? Because that's something I want to talk about. Like we just said on this interview, is like your lifestyle, like why you like it. Why did you pick sales in the first place?
So I always like heard like that saying like kind of stick to your strengths, and
Mm.
like everyone always told me I have like a fucking killer smile. So I'm
You
like,
have a good smile,
yeah,
bro.
I know everyone tells me that, and then like I'm like, okay, maybe sales might be it then if I have like a nice smile. So that's like one, and two is as I was saying, I'm a lazy ass. I would rather like not work a 9 to 5, and I'd rather just take like a few calls a day,
Yeah.
collect cash, and then just get to live the rest of my life however the fuck I want. So
Yeah.
that was like the huge appeal of it for me. That was what I
So
was
your
saying.
big thing is like it allows you to have like a really cool lifestyle.
Yeah, like for me, I'm happy. I would rather like make less as long as I can like, live, of course. But like,
Yeah.
but while I can still like, go to the beach or like go snowboard like once a week and not work for like that day and things like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, and that's a big part of sales, like you can do whatever you want. Like you work,
Mhm.
or when you take calls, like how often do you take calls and then you just go do whatever you want?
So like for me, I only take calls. You already know this, but like just for like the people, I only take calls for my schedule is only open 11 to 3 p.m. every day.
So like 4 hours, if that.
4 hours a day total. I only open it up for that. And
That's
then
crazy.
starting like probably and like with the new clients I just started working, I told them like, hey, like in a month, I can't take calls on Fridays because I want to go snowboard on Fridays now. So I'm only so like in a few weeks, I'm only Monday to Thursday, 11 to 3. I'm taking calls only.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah,
So
it's fucking sick.
what are you making right now? Because obviously we work together. People don't know this. A you're like laptops bouncing, but you were working directly with our team. You were
Mhm.
closer for Closer Cartel. because I liked you so much. I was like, hey, like I need inbound guys like to get people in the program. So like, would you like to close with us? And you killed it. You closed like 60% or something crazy on like
Dude,
qualified
there was
calls.
this month, once I like got it like dialed, there was this time I was dealing. I remember I was telling Colby like, dude, I am dealing right now. Like this was, yeah, it was like crazy for like a 3 week period. I was like closing like 50 to 60% or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right
That's
now?
awesome.
It was
You
crazy,
like
dude.
I told everybody on Twitter this morning, like you're really good. So what are you? I know you're prioritizing the lifestyle over just like volume, like trying to make as much as possible. But what are you making right now with those just couple hours a day?
I would say anywhere between 5 to 10K. Obviously, like there's no exact number I can give just because like
Yeah,
sometimes traffic changes every month. I would say 5 to 10K.
that's awesome. So
Yeah.
you're chilling, you're doing like school research, you're snowboarding, you're going to the beach, and you're making
Yeah.
figures a year.
Yeah, because how I see it is like for about 2 to 3 hours of work, that's solid as fuck. I'll take that any day.
That's awesome. I don't think, and dude, that's a big thing about sales, and obviously we make these videos and talk about it. What else can you work 2 or 3 hours a day and make six figures a year?
I know, dude. And like I tell like clients like before even become like they become a client, I like tell them like, first thing I say is like, hey, I only can take calls 11 to 3, and probably in a month, Friday, I can't do any calls. And like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like they literally like no issue. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, this is the only job in the world that lets you do that shit.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. So what? Obviously you worked with our offers. What kind of offers are you on right now?
So right now, I was on a PR one. To be honest, didn't really like it too much. But then I moved from a PR one just recently to a sales agency offer. So they pretty much connect closers with an agency. It's pretty standard business
Yeah.
model. That one, and now it's a coaching offer for business owners that want to launch their own course. So I just started that one like last week. Yeah, last week.
Is it somebody that I know?
I don't think so.
No, there's a
I would
lot.
highly doubt it.
That dude, that coaching, and I'm guessing you hated B2B because it's more complicated, it's less emotional. When you can
Yeah.
go to a coaching consulting and it's super easy to sell.
Yeah. I would say though that PR offer made me really fucking good.
Yeah,
Like made me a lot better. Like really fucking good. But I would be so tired at the end of the day.
yeah.
Like 3 of those calls, I would like sit at home like, holy shit.
No,
I
I
am
feel that. I
gassed.
feel that. So tell, I
I
want
am
you
so
to talk.
gassed.
Your brain just gets tired, bro. Like the offers. But I want you to talk a little bit for like those that are watching this, right? Like obviously this will be on YouTube. Potential closers are going to be watching this, like curious of your experience. Why do you prefer? Because I talk about it myself, but I want your opinion. Why do you prefer B2C sort of coaching consulting type offers that we really push a lot in the program
Mhm.
compared to like a B2B type offer?
With B2B, you're like, especially if you're starting out, because I would still consider myself fairly like extremely new
Yeah.
personally. Especially if you're starting out, like the B2B offers, especially like if you're like talking, like depending on who the target audience is, they're a lot harder to close than like they've been on sales calls, so many sales calls that you can't use the standard shit. Like, for
Yeah.
example, like everyone talks about like framing the call, like for like standard sales calls. I remember like my second call, I framed it like how I normally would for like say like closer Cartel.
Yeah.
That guy turned off immediately. After that, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, let me tweak. There's just so much more thought. B2C, you can kind of just go in and just vibe, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like if you're just like someone that can just talk pretty well and just become good friends, just vibe, it like usually the offer sells itself for the most part.
100%. 100%. Because B2B is more tactical, it's more sophisticated. Like the offer has to make sense. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how good you are at sales, like if the offer doesn't make sense for the person, it's like, sorry, buddy, like you're not
There's
gonna
like so much more thought required in those calls, is how I always said. Like you have to like have your brain like actually like on. Like with B2C, I have it on, but like I can have it 50% on and I can still like close for the most part. Like,
yeah. No, that's awesome. Especially if you're on a good offer. Like here's like our offer, and it was like people showing up, here's my credit card. Like I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, dude. Like I'm glad you're chilling. You're living a good lifestyle. You seem to be enjoying yourself, making good money. I want to talk a little bit about actual closer cartel. You got into the beta, obviously. You were a direct closer for our team. Like I said, I
Mhm.
liked you so much. I was like, I want this dude on our team. You killed it. When we had actual sales clients, and obviously that was a little while ago, like June, July.
Mhm.
It's right
Yeah.
when I moved to Miami.
July.
What was your experience with closer cartel? Because I know you had a little bit experience before. Like I know
Mhm.
what sales is, but what did like the program do for you as far as knowledge, education, like getting you into opportunities? Like what did that look like?
So obviously it got me into opportunities through you and shit. So that's the obvious one. But then in terms of like education, like I actually like started getting like fine-tuned about like actual sales. Like before, like I do like this basics, like oh, vibe real quick, set the frame, ask questions,
Yeah,
and just, make the offer and shit. Even though like that is the framework, it's like not as like it's kind of like vague at the same time.
yeah,
And it actually like kind of like gave me like that framework that I needed, especially when like to get in discovery and asking questions, like learning how to like kind of like paint heaven and hell for the person
mm,
and like walking them down like that straight line to the actual close. It just gives you like the actual details rather than just some vague like, oh, just ask questions and you get to get the sale. I'm like, oh, it doesn't
yeah.
fucking like just random bullshit type of thing. So
No,
yeah,
that's
that helped a lot. Obviously, the mock calls helped a shit ton within the group. And to me, I always say this too. Like the best part to me was like the community aspect.
mhm.
Like I met like really good friends through this program. I'm literally like meeting up with them,
In
linking up with
Arizona,
Logan.
right?
Yeah, for the first time this Thursday. So I'm stoked as shit for that. So yeah, dude, it was a blast. I love this program.
Dude, you've got to when you guys are there, you've got to like film something like with
Oh,
everybody.
100%, dude. Oh,
Like
it's
the
gonna be
OGs,
so
like
much
film
fun.
film something for Closer Cartel to let everyone know, like, yo, we were the OGs and we're fucking hanging out
Dude,
now, like we're making money, like that's awesome.
it's so funny how it happened too, because I was like, just like my good friend from home moved out to Arizona, right by Logan, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Logan, like, how far is this from me? Like, bro, I'm like 10 minutes away. And then Colby finds out I'm flying out. I was like, all right, bro, I'm buying a ticket right now, too. I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, you better
Dude,
make
I'm
sure that
so
Colby is
hyped.
taking his calls while he's out there. We're about to have a packed calendar. He better be on his calls, but it's awesome, dude. I mean, that's the beautiful thing of this, like the community, it's awesome. The skill set is life, it's a life skill. Like you're not gonna be a closer forever, right? You're eventually going to probably do your PhD stuff, or I don't know what you're going to do. But
To be honest, I don't even have an answer to that either
yeah, you're
right
not
now.
you're not going
But
to be
yeah.
a closer forever though, right? But it is an
Mhm.
amazing foundation. You will never struggle for money again in your life, ever, because of the skill set
Mhm.
you have. And now look at you're hanging out with people in Arizona because of a little community, which is amazing. What was your like favorite part of the program and the experience of that you took place in?
My favorite part,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I actually think about this often. It was like that day you like set up me up with that offer for that first time because it was like me with Colby.
Yeah,
And like me and Colby have always like done like mock calls together. But we done mock calls together a few times, but I wouldn't say we were like super, super close at that
yeah,
time. But then, like after that call, like you, me, I don't know if I'm on last, I was like with Sedlak after that call. Right
yeah,
after that call, me and him just start texting each other like all caps, bro, like just like fucking like, and from there on, like legit, like me and him like started talking like every day and shit. But like just that moment was just like so like pure like holy shit, like it was
yeah.
like that first like we made it type of thing, like it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro, I remember you closed your first call for 3,000. It was three thousand
Yeah, it was
dollars.
like my
You
second
closed the
call.
first one.
Yeah, it was my second one, but yeah,
Oh, second.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
you went from because and I like to paint this picture because people that watch this, like obviously you and I know each other, like we've had experiences,
Yeah.
whatever. But people that watch this, if they're a rookie, they're like, oh, like I don't know, it's high ticket sales stuff or SMMA stuff or this and that. Like people don't know until they see behind the curtain. So I like to paint the picture of like, dude, you were like a rookie, like in
Yeah,
June. Like
pretty
we
much.
put you
Yeah,
on a
I
real
was.
offer, you were a rookie. And then you closed for the client we put you on. You did really well. You closed your second call for 3 grand. And then for me, you closed what, like 50K plus?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like 50 to 60K.
Yeah, within like what, a couple months time frame, like
Yeah,
60
like
days.
2 months, something like that. Yeah,
That's crazy. That's
I know, dude.
absolutely crazy.
Fucking nuts.
Like to actually think about that, bro. Like to take someone from beginner, like obviously you're super smart dude, but like to take someone from a beginner in something, and
Mm-hmm.
then they're like, I would say you're like top 10 percentile of closers. Like you're good. And even though you don't have like millions in volume yet, because that's a time thing, you're very
Mm-hmm.
good. To go from beginning to that quickly is insane, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. And like what I was telling to people too is like with this program, like Closer Cartel, like once you like kind of like get some skin in the game
Mm.
with that Closify like partnership, you're like set for life at that point, as how I
It's
see it.
crazy, bro. It's
Like,
crazy.
because like both those two offers I'm on, or not both, one of the offers I'm on now, that coaching one,
Yeah.
is through Closify. The PR one was through Closify. Like you just sit there and the interviews come and like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy, dude. So it kind of like sets you up so perfectly with all this.
That's crazy. I mean, essentially, those that are listening that don't know, like we partnered up with a SaaS platform that my friend Alex runs called Closify. You guys get exclusive access to it, and now I think obviously you were a part of it because you were like grandfathered in or whatever. But we basically guarantee placement now. Like if you join our program, you get trained. We basically guarantee like, hey, obviously there's performance aspects of sales. You can't suck, right? Like I can't help you if you're bad. We'll make you good, but like you got to put the work in. But like you get something, and you're making 5 to 10K a month right now, working a couple hours a day. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's insane. Most people go to school for 4 years and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in tuition to make 5 to 10K a month, and you're
Yeah,
sitting here like, I'm just
yeah.
chilling at the beach, bro. Like I'm gonna go snowboarding. Like that's insane, bro. That's so crazy. So I don't know how long this has gone, bro. How long have we been on here? We've been on since, oh
20
wow, only 20 minutes. So I want to keep it pretty short. Obviously, we don't want to just drag it on for people. Um, Dude, you're a beast. Like you're obviously very very good. I'm awesome. Not I'm
and
awesome. You're awesome. I'm super happy that like we've connected and you got in the program. I want to end it with, if someone's on the fence about closing, whether they get in our program, someone else's program, they watch YouTube, whatever. If someone's on the fence about closing as a whole, what would you tell them?
I just tell them to just fucking send it and just join. Like, because like at least this is my logic. Like, if you're like trying to make money on, because I've been in that position too, as someone that's
Yeah,
like been in school for fucking ages. Like, I've been in that position. Like, holy shit, this is kind of like different than
yeah,
like the traditional path. But like, if you really feel like that's not for you, sitting there and like being scared isn't really gonna do shit. To be honest, like you're just gonna
hmm,
just stay there. To be honest, like that's just how it is.
yeah.
So like in the end, like what's like a few $1,000s out of your life gonna do in the, like say you keep that, say a couple $1,000, doesn't really change the whole trajectory of your life.
Yeah.
You fucking invest in yourself, fucking put in the work, you can literally just change your life in like a few months. And yeah, that's what I would say.
That's a really good way to look at it, bro. That's really good. And
Mm-hmm.
then finally, and not paid, obviously, I'm not paying you to say this. I want an honest review of your experience with Closer Cartel. Like, what would you say to someone that's on the fence about not just sales, but like maybe they want to do what you did and fast track that progress? You know what I mean? Like, get quick results. What would you say
Yeah,
to
dude.
that person?
I would say like, wait, what was the question again? Just about what would I say?
Just like, what would you say to somebody that's on the fence about possibly joining Closer Cartel or booking a call with us or something
Oh, I
along
see.
those
I
lines?
see. Yeah, yeah. So I would just say then fucking just hop on a call and see if this is a good fit, because if you're serious about becoming a closer,
Mhm.
you need experience. If you want to fast track it, the best way is to one, learn a good framework, which this program provides, and get a shit ton of reps in. Not a
Yeah,
shit ton, but like a solid fucking amount of reps in,
yeah.
which you need. And you can't just do that with like just homies. Like, yeah, you can, but like the best way to do it is with people that actually like somewhat know sales at least. That way they can actually react like a normal, how a normal prospect would. That way when you actually get a client,
Mhm.
you can actually close for the client and shit like that, and actually
Talking
let them
about like
talk
mock
about,
calls, right? With
yeah,
like
like mock
other
calls.
experienced people. Yeah,
Yeah, I said reps. Sorry, yeah, I meant mock calls.
yeah,
And yeah, kind of it does give you that. This program really gives you that fast track of like kind of like skipping the line essentially. Because like I just sent, like you could just send people like your what's it called, your call recordings, and like, oh shit, this guy's fucking good. And
yeah.
then like even though he has no experience, this guy's fucking good on these mock calls. Like holy fuck. Whereas like this guy's like fucking 30 mock calls recorded, and like yeah, let's give this guy a try type of thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would say.
It's awesome, bro. So Tyler, we'll cut this short right here. Like I don't want to drag this out. You're killing it. You're literally just vibing at the beach, snowboarding. 5 to 10K a month is really, really good money. Especially, dude, you really like jumped into this in June or so. So what's it been,
Mhm.
like 4 months, 3 months?
Yeah, like June, it's November now. Yeah, pretty much
That's
like four
crazy.
months.
That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
know.
That's crazy. But dude, I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud of what you're doing. It's awesome. And I hope people that watch this video can kind of see it's not like it's not rocket science. It's not some crazy thing. Like
I
you're
know.
a very smart dude, but bro, anybody can do this. Like you just got to put the work in and learn from the right people.
Yeah, like when I tell my friends, I'm like, dude, I fucking like study like math pretty much. Like that's like the most like if you're like group like the most awkward group of people out of college majors.
Yeah.
That's like that's pretty up there. And like even I went in and did this shit. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, I tell my friends this all the time, dude, like not just saying everyone, but like pretty close to everyone can do this shit. Like
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Well, bro, thank you so much for hopping on. I
this
will
man.
I will text you and we'll get you in and we'll just stop this recording right now. But guys, if you like this kind of content like on YouTube, make sure to give us a like, comment, ask Tyler questions. We can send the questions to Tyler. And yeah, let us know if you want more of these interviews and we'll get and get this dropped. But Tyler, thank you so much for hopping on, bro.
Of course, dude. Appreciate it, man.